of the Body Basics series, and what a day. It is absolutely freezing, but it is such a lovely day to go for a run and just have a great day. So this run is going to be a bit different to anything that I've done before. Basically, I've discovered quite a few different things on my heart rate monitor strap thing, and it can do a running index test. So basically training for more than 12 minutes above zone 2 to calculate your VO2 max. So I thought, because we're just starting this whole heart rate journey, this fitness journey, in terms of trying to improve my running and be better at running, so that if I do races in the future, or when I do races in the future, I'm in the best position I possibly can be in. This is a really good starting point. So today's run is going to be a 20-minute VO2 max kind of test run, and then 30 to 40 minutes in zone 2. So we're still just doing zone 2 training, but every time. To put things into context as to how that VO2 max running index went, it was terrible. It's definitely brought it back down to earth, and now I understand why I need to do all of this zone 2 heart rate stuff, because yeah, that really wasn't what I expected. It was very low. I got told it was very low, so it's a long way to go in terms of fitness, but this is why I'm doing it. Back to the basics, to be brought back down to earth. My biggest mistake of today was doing that VO2 max test and then doing the zone 2 training, because my heart rate just isn't going down. Oh God, this is the most frustrating thing I've ever done in my entire life. So frustrating. It's just so frustrating. I just can't keep it under 150. I've been doing this for 10 minutes and I still haven't even done 1k yet. Trust the process, trust the science, just keep going. It's starting to get a little bit easier now. It's dropping and I'm running more, so I think it was just more of the fact that I decided to do a VO2 max test before it. I didn't rest long enough. That's a lesson. God knows there's going to be so many lessons with this series. So the goal, because this is my third try at it, is just to keep it under 160, which I am sort of doing. It is going above sometimes, but then I'll just stop and just walk and stuff. But it is, the more this run has gone on, the easier it's felt to keep my heart rate relatively low for my current fitness levels. I think it's like an average of around 150, so I think that's an improvement from the previous run that I did. So it's not great, but there's little improvements, and that's why you have to trust the process and keep going. Oh, that one got high. All that's going through my head in a minute is, I hate this, but trust the process. Making sure that I take at least 20 minutes a day to stretch and do some mobility and just look after my body in that way is more important to me at the minute than anything. I really enjoy it, and I feel like a lot of people might neglect it because it's boring, but if you just find a really nice place to do it, get into like a really good zone with it, you can't really go wrong. So yeah, it's been a few hours since the last clip that you saw, and I feel like that run and that experience and just vlogging it kind of showed you exactly how frustrating and how hard it actually is to keep your heart rate down and stay in zone 2. I definitely underestimated just how hard it was going to be, and then obviously doing that fitness test as well, the VO2 max test, that definitely brought me right back down to earth on top of everything else. And yeah, there's just a lot of work that is going to be needed going forward if I want to be the fittest I've ever been in terms of running, and it's just going to be a long slog doing all this heart rate zone stuff. But I feel like trust the science, trust the process, keep going, and eventually it will be rewarding. And I'll look back on this series and think, do you know what, all of that stress, all of that frustration, it was worth it. So I'm going to go through the well, last night I did a fitness test, and basically what you do is you put the heart rate monitor on and then you relax for 5 minutes, and it came back as very good. Your fitness level is very good compared to those with the same age and gender. You are probably already training a lot, and then just gives you some tips on how to improve it. And they said my VO2 max was 60. So last night I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm actually in a pretty good position. Like, it's not going to be too hard doing all this heart rate zone stuff, and I'm going to pick it up relatively quick. And then I've discovered this morning that there's also a option where you can do like a VO2 max test on the heart rate monitor, and I ran for 15 minutes, and basically it calculates your running index. And if I'm going to be honest and show this entire basic journey and starting from the very bottom and stuff, it said my running index was very low, and it gave me a rating of 31, which, yeah, like, I was pretty surprised at that. The amount of running, the amount of training that I do, to have it low was, I don't know, it was a little bit of a kick in the teeth, really. So despite that negative, like, I mean, that kind of put me in my place to begin with, so my headspace kind of went west anyway, because it did take me by surprise. But the heart rate session that I did today, I did 4.5k in 45 minutes. And to put it into perspective of just how slow I have to go and how much walking I have to do, I can usually do a 4k in around 21 minutes. So it's hard. And then you got the run that I did the other day, which was the first run that I did using the heart rate monitor. This is only like the second time I've used it running. The average heart rate was 164 beats per minute. And then compared to today's run, the average heart rate was 156 beats per minute. So even though it's still higher than I'd like it to be, I'm kind of aiming for around, I'm trying to keep it under 160. So the fact that it's 156 is a good thing, but obviously I want it lower. But all these statistics and stuff, it shows that within 2 sessions it has gone down. I feel like maybe I might have done a little bit more walking today, or I don't know. To me, that's a positive thing. It's showing that the heart rate is going down, and hopefully within 3 to 6 months, things will start paying off, and I will believe everyone who tells me that MAF training and zone 2 training is worth it. So I am probably going to end the video here, because there isn't really much else to say other than the fact that I'm not as fit as I thought I was. My VO2 max isn't as good as I thought it was, and there's still a long way to go. But hopefully, like I keep saying, trust the science, trust the process, and things will be worth it eventually. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, a like. It would really help the channel out a lot. And if you're new, please subscribe, because I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.